Well, thousands of revellers descended upon Sydney's Bronte beach for Christmas festivities like no other. Have a look at these pictures. Looked more like a music festival. The wild celebrations continued well into the night. Some people sleeping on the beach, and while most were well behaved, the Christmas chaos resulted in reports of serious injury, assault, and a huge amount of mess left over today, with locals left furious at the trashed beach once again, and also the lack of respect for the area and cleaning up after themselves. For their take, let's bring in Olympian and 7 News presenter Sally Pearson and Aviation editor Blake Johnson. Morning to you both.
Good morning.
Sal, not very fair. I mean, locals are having to pay for this, or families going on Boxing Day left to clean up the mess afterwards. All I can think about looking at those pictures is the sunburn too of all of those backpackers who spent the day at Bronte.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm from the Gold Coast and we love a party. We always have crowds of people. We have DJs. We have a great time up here. So I can understand the party side of it. Have fun, enjoy yourself. It's Christmas. These people, most of them aren't with family. They're over here in Australia on the other side of the world. They just want to have a good time, and I get that. But at the same time, just leave with a little bit of respect for our country, for our beaches, for our locals as well, so that they can enjoy it, because you're going to have so many people wake up this morning on Boxing Day wanting to do their walk, wanting to do their run, walk their dogs, take the kids out, and it's going to be a mess, and it's probably going to be a little bit dangerous. Might be some glass around as well. So yeah, I think there's always a time and place for that rubbish, but again, it's a party, everyone's having a great time as well, so it's just, you got to try and find that happy balance there.
Yeah, it's becoming an annual tradition. I remember in previous years that the shots from the beach of the morning after were horrific. Now the council's onto it, Blake. You know, they're cleaning up a bit more, and of course police are out in force. But should there be some kind of rule where people are forced to leave with all of their rubbish, like on a school playground?
Surely there's something like that already
basics?
in play. I don't know how you enforce that necessarily by making sure that people walk in with a big garbage bag at the start. I will say I wish we had something like that here in Melbourne. Not quite the same at Port Melbourne Beach as it is at Bronte. Some of those pictures though, especially the aerial shots, I was in the newsroom yesterday watching them come in. It looked like a scene from Where's Wally, a painting from the book, especially with all the red elements. I thought it looked amazing. Obviously the cleanup today, not so good. If we can improve that next year, be a winner.
Yeah, I mean, it actually does look like fun. If you're visiting Australia and you're having the time of your life, well, I'm sure you were having the best time yesterday. Take your rubbish with you, but enjoy yourself over Christmas. Moving on now, new airline policy is taking flight, and you might not like it. Next week, Air Canada will introduce changes for carry-on luggage, and they're going to charge you for it. So you have to pay for anything larger than a handbag or a small backpack. It costs you around $40 to include a small carry-on suitcase. So if you don't pay and then rock up, a $73 penalty. Blake, you're Seven's aviation editor. What do you think of this, and could it catch on with our airlines here?
Well, it's basically what Jetstar does. You get the 7K limit for carry-on bags. But what is abhorrent here is the amount they want to charge for carry-on bags. It's $25 US or Canadian dollars for that first bag, and 36 for the second. And if you don't pre-book it, it's $46. That is insanity. However, I will say one thing. My last 2 domestic flights here have been delayed because people carrying those big roller bags on as carry-on wasn't enough room in the overhead bags. So the last half a dozen passengers delayed us by going up and down the aisle trying to find somewhere to squeeze their bags. So it's a constant fight for the airlines. Of course, every kilo that you take on makes the flight more expensive because there's more weight, more fuel required. Yeah, it's a tough one, but I just think it's a little bit expensive charging people 25 Canadian dollars or US dollars for that first bag.
So females have the advantage here because you can be amazed how much you can fit in a handbag. Like this morning I pulled out a couple of toy cars. There were all sorts of things at the bottom of that I didn't even know were there. So, you can really squeeze a lot in. But what do you think about this policy?
Well, this is my special skill. So when I'm travelling by myself, I can travel with a carry-on suitcase and go for a week, no problems at all. So, yeah, that's right. So I'm kind of a little bit scared about this. I sometimes get a bit of anxiety when I walk up to show my ticket at the before I get onto the plane. I'm like, please don't look at my bag. Please don't look at my bag or weigh it. So yeah, I'm a little bit scared about this. Hopefully that they don't charge, or I can somehow figure out how to get 7 kilos into my checked-in luggage. Yes, that is my secret skill.
How do you travel for a week on?
Yeah, you have to have
one
Olympic
bag?
muscles to sort of pretend.
I don't share my secrets, guys. This is my special skill.
Yeah, we're going to get you on a special Sunrise segment how to do that. Hey, finally, guys, an age-old debate we ask ourselves every single Boxing Day. The bins are full, rubbish everywhere. Is it okay to fill up your neighbour's bin? Sally, what do you reckon?
Well, I think it depends on the day. So, unfortunately, my truck came around the day before Christmas. So, yes, my bins are incredibly full. But at the end of the day, I do have 2 children, and there's a couple of things that there's a lot more of. There's a lot more washing, and there's a lot more rubbish. So, even if you wanted to, you could certainly try, but you're not going to fit anything in my bins anyway, even on a normal day. So, Christmas, forget about it.
She's using the same tactic for the bin as you use for your carry-on. Just get it in there. Blake, what about...
I stand in there.
Yeah, or put the kid in there. Hey, does it depend what you're putting in, Blake? Do you
Absolutely.
reckon?
If it's a spare empty bottle of champagne in the glass bin, go for it. If it's your prawn heads and lobster tails, get out.
Yeah.
I'll find you and I'll put them back in your bin.
Watch out, Blake's neighbours. Hey, guys, thank you so much for joining us so early on a Boxing Day. We really appreciate it.